Major worldwide IT outage. Exactly what happened and why. Cybersecurity expert Alan Woodward explains just how something like this can happen and how it can be avoided. And the writer says, I think there are two things. First, Microsoft seems to have had a problem with its Azure cloud computing platform. It's a bit unclear, but there was a degree of degradation in that service started stating that the evening of July 18. However, it did not fall together. But by far the bigger problem seems to be an update that appears to have been done in the late evening of July 18 for IT security company CrowdStrike's Falcon product, a computer threat checker. Falcon works by having some agent software deeply embedded in the operating system of every PC, which monitors that computer and calls home if there's a problem. It also receives updates on what to look out for if there's a threat, and it's used a lot by large organizations throughout the world which have a huge number of PCs to police. Now, I'm sure CrowdStrike are urgently investigating what happened. This piece of software is designed to protect people from ransomware attacks and the like. From the latest information I've seen, it looks like the update system file was somehow released on an incorrect format. The Windows operating system gets to this update and it does not know how to cope, so it crashes. And that's why people have been getting the blue screen of death, a computer screen that with an error message indicating the system crashed. And then a big problem is you can't fix this issue remotely. You have to go into every machine separately and put it into safe or recovery mode to isolate the software. From there, you should be able to reboot the machine and get it up and running again. But if you're a big global company with a large distributed IT estate, that's going to take a long time. Why has this outage had such a wide-ranging effect? CrowdStrike has been a great success. Its security software is used by hundreds of thousands of major clients around the world. So airlines, airports, railways, hospitals, stock exchanges, they're all going down. It started in Australia when they got up for business on Friday. The update had clearly been sent out last night, UK time, and it has just rippled around the world. With deliberate ransomware attacks, they've typically taken out one or two targets at a time, but in this case it's happening to thousands of organizations at once. We've not had anything like this before. How CrowdStrike will fix the software is yet to be determined. And as I've explained, it's clear how companies can work around the issue, but for some very large organizations, this could affect their critical infrastructure and business for a long time yet, and it's going to take them days to physically work around all those machines. Can security companies ensure this does not happen again? Security software is very intertwined with computers' operating systems. It's buried deep in there. There has to be a way that if something is found to be corrupted, it does not just keep crashing the system, and this may have to be done in cooperation with Microsoft, which owns Windows operating system. There's got to be some way of backing out of it, and there is. However, most people trying to log into their blank PCs don't know how to put their PCs into safe mode and revert to a previous state. At the moment, it looks like it's one corrupting file that's producing a global problem. Computers download updates all the time, so how Microsoft prevents that from happening with this update, I don't know. It's not immediately obvious. And the million-dollar question is, how did this corrupted file get released in the first place? How long before this problem is fully resolved? It's certainly going to take days, if not weeks, and it's like those hospitals in London that got attacked with ransomware. They're still suffering. There's a very long tail on these things. And in this case, it's not just a long tail, but a very broad swath of global organizations in transport, health, and everywhere else. I don't think we've seen anything like this before. This is by conversation here on Creative Commons by Alan Woodward, Professor, Department of Computer Science, University of Surrey, and it's on Unexplained Mysteries. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.